What's going on, guys? It is Kyle again with DTOM Knives and Gear, and today we're not going to be talking about just this knife. We're going to be talking about the Emerson Wave feature and thumb disc, something that I have never really tried until now. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, everybody. Okay, something cool. Scott over at Big Boar Knife and Gear, if you have been following my channel for a little bit, you know that he sent me an epic box of knives that I was able to check out and review, things that I might not have ever been able to do without him. Please go check out Big Boar Knife and Gear on YouTube and on Instagram. The guy is super awesome, wonderful friend, and I love him very much. One of the knives that he sent me was this guy. This is the Kershaw 6055. It's not a very expensive knife, but he was asking me some questions before he sent me this box and asked me if I had ever tried the Emerson Wave feature, and I had said no, I never really did think I would like it. So he sent this to me. So this knife it's a pretty big knife, you know, and we'll go over the knife in general, but that's not really the point of the video. This video is about this little guy right here, this little hoop. That is the Emerson Wave feature. Emerson has their own, brand of knives, but the Emerson Wave is on a ton of different knives. And what this thing is designed to do, if you don't know, is it goes into your pocket, and then this catches on your pocket on the way out. So whenever you pull it from there, it automatically deploys. So as soon as you pull the knife out of your pocket, it's open and ready to go. It is a tactical feature. It is meant to be that. So you can get your knife out in a hurry to use it if you need to in a tactical defense situation. I am not a knife tactical kind of a guy. I enjoy some of the tactical knives out there and stuff because I just think they're cool, but I do not use knives for fighting. I do carry a firearm for self-protection. The knife is always going to be some kind of a backup. But not to say I don't carry knives just for that purpose. Sometimes I do because I have a few that fit that role. But never tried this. And whenever I first got this knife and put it in my pocket and tried it, it didn't work. Like, it does take a little bit of practice. It probably some people not as much as me, but I put it in my pocket and failed at it a few times. Mainly because when I was pulling it out, my finger was in the way of the blade. So when I pulled it out, it didn't want to deploy. Once I finally figured it out, I got to where I could do it every single time, and it was pretty cool, I have to admit. Now, obviously, with this feature, it doesn't open like that unless you really want it to. I mean, you have to... Well, I can't say that. I guess it could. It could do that. But, there is a technique to doing this. When you pull out of your... Because you have to pull it... You want to pull it up and back so it does catch that feature. If you were to just pull this knife straight up out of your pocket, it's not going to deploy. So it's nice that, it's designed that way to where if you don't want to pull it out like that, you don't have to. And that was something that I didn't really know about this feature. I didn't know how well it worked, how it did, if every single time you pulled the knife out, if it was going to open your pocket. That's not the case. So that's pretty cool. And then another thing that a lot of these knives have is, as you can see there, a thumb disc, not a thumb stud. So what do I think about that? I think that it's okay. I don't think it's going to be my favorite way to deploy a knife. One thing I do like about it, because you guys know I like to do the Spidey flick, it's perfect for the Spidey flick because I can get my finger underneath there and deploy it that way, and that makes me happy. But as far as using it as a thumb deployment, it works. I just think I'd prefer the thumb studs versus the thumb disc. I think it's going to be personal preference. There's a lot of knives that come with it, but this is the first one that I've had, and carrying it for a little while and using it, it just didn't seem for me to be as good as a thumb stud versus a disc. However, most thumb disc, or thumb studs, I can Spidey flick, but not all of them. With a thumb disc, it does. Of course, I had to fail at that one. But with this thumb disc, I can pretty much do it reliably, and it makes it a little bit more fidgety for me. As far as this knife is concerned, I mean, it's a cheap knife. I think it cost, when I looked at Amazon, I think it cost, or Blade HQ, I can't remember. It was like $45. And for $45, there are a lot of better knives out there than in my opinion. So I didn't, this is not really a review of this knife per se, but just talking about the features that it has. If you want to see this knife in a review, I will do that, but that's not what this is about. So all in all, my conclusion, since I've been carrying this, is the Emerson Wave feature does have its place. I'm not sure if it's something that I'm going to look for in every single knife, but I understand it now more than I did before I had it. Because before I had this and had the opportunity to put this in the pocket, thanks to Scott over at Big Bore Knife and Gear, I was not buying knives and didn't even look at a knife if it had this feature. I'm a little bit more prone to having it now because I've put it in pocket and used it, and it is very functional, and it's not something that happens every time you take it out of the pocket. You have to mean it when you do, which if you're using it for a tactical device, that means you have to train with it. It's just like anything else. You have to train to be able to make your hand do the motions it takes to get this out, which is not hard. Like I said, when I first got it, I was messing it up and everything. But it didn't take me long, put it in and out of pocket to get this thing to deploy like I wanted it to. So all in all, I think it's a cool feature. It's not something that I am going to look forward to every single knife and have to have. But I'm also more open to it now, having it on some knives that I might buy in the future. As far as the thumb disc, probably won't buy anything with a thumb disc, unless it's just a super cool design that I just can't. That's the only thing I don't like about it is the thumb disc. Then I probably would, but the thumb disc I can pretty much leave that. I'm not a huge fan, but it's very functional. So if you don't mind it, I mean, go for it because it's very functional. It'll work. It's just a personal preference for me. So, anyways, guys, this is just a quick video. What I think about these. Let me know if you have any knives with the Emerson Wave feature, and to let me know what you think about it, because I'm very curious. I was one of those that did not think I ever wanted one, but now that I've had this one in the pocket, I think it's something that I might have to add to the collection just to have. There are a lot more better knives out there that have that feature that I think that you might pick up one of these days because of the design of the knife. But anyways, please let me know in the comments what you think about those two features on a knife. Do you have any? How long have you had them? And do you use them all the time, or is it just something that you have? I'm very curious to find out more about what people think about the Emerson Wave feature. Blah, blah, blah. Can't talk tonight. But anyways, let me know. Stay safe out there, guys. Make sure you hit the like button and the subscription button. If you hit the notification bell, you'll be notified because I give giveaways every month. So do that, and you'll be notified when some cool gear, when that comes up again. I really appreciate you guys. Stay safe. I love you. All my subscribers, everybody who's watching this video, you guys have a wonderful day, and we will see you in the next video.